there and welcome to the channel. I'm Slate and today we're going to go over the basics of how to bomb in Guild versus Guild. Firstly, bomb strategies work best against teams that are clustered together. These are often around the portal, and as you can see here, the most popular are the Nightmare teams. The core of any bomb strategy uses these demon soldiers known as suicide bugs, which explode on enemies unless they are killed before they can activate. First, we're going to go over the timings for bombers under level 4, as at level 5 they get a 20% speed boost, which does change things. The second unit that you'll need are spiders, and these need to be at least level 5, as this increases the number of spiders from 3 to 4, because most tanks wear a bastion ring, which also raises their block to 4. So, as you may have guessed, the entire premise of this strategy is to block up the tanks so the bombs can pass through and take out the platform units near the portal. Unfortunately, if you don't get the timings right for this strategy, it often fails unless you out BP your opponent by so much your weakling spiders can tank multiple hits. So let's go through the most basic of the bomb strategies. The battle starts, you're going to pay very close attention to the cost icon at the bottom right of the screen. Just before it hits 9, click on the front ground unit to slow everything down further. Place 2 bomb units on the front tile and wait for them to take 2 front steps. So that's going to be 1, and then the front leg comes forward for number 2, and we place the spiders on the back. What this ensures is that the spiders just overtake the bombs when they hit the tank, and everything can move through quickly without too much of a gap. The bombs explode and we take out the healer in the front. Now for the rest of the strategy, without a healer, we're going to wait for Arrow to finish his ultimate, and then we are going to use a combination of assassins and axe bearers and healers to finish off the rest of the ground units. So place the axe bearers at the back, assassins in the front, and then when we hit 3 cost, we are also going to send a healer. If you have strong units or you don't think you need a healer, you could also bring in something like epic or rare dogs as a final unit to run through at the end. But you know, this is if you're against a very strong team, here's how you can beat them. So we're going to wait again for Arrogance's ult to finish, and then we are going to do the same thing again. So the assassins and then the axe bearers come forward. We've already taken out Torador, so they just have to get through the final 2 fighters. And obviously the healer is coming to make sure that they can try and get through. And we have 1 set of spiders left. Hatsuit has also finished her ultimate, so we will be able to get them through safely, and that's how this team was able to be beaten. Alternatively, if you have a damage dealer at the front, we are going to do it slightly differently. We again are going to wait until we get to 9 cost, just before click the ground unit. Now we place 1 bomb unit and wait for it to step forward twice. So front leg goes forward once, and now we're going to wait for it to touch the ground again a second time right there, and now we are going to place 2 spiders on the back. This gives something particularly for Hatsuit's ult to absorb and also ensure that the bombs, you know, get through a bit further. So what happens here is just checking Hatsuit's ult. As you can see, she wipes out a lot, which is why you need even more spiders, but the bombs still explode and, you know, we're fine. But this time, instead of ground units, we only have to worry about Arrogance. Once his ultimate is finished, we are going to just send the epic flyers to fly straight over. So we are going to place 1 and then just wait a little bit, and then we will place the second one just to sort of space them out and be safe. But as you can see, there's really not much damage coming, and it's pretty easy to fly straight over and, you know, win this round. If you're up against a team where you're not entirely sure what units you need to do and where, I would recommend bringing both. So again, 9 cost, we're going to place the 1 bomb down, and then we are going to place the 2 spiders once they've taken those, you know, 2 steps forward. I find that 1 bomb 2 spiders is the safest bombing strategy, as again, the more minions you have through, particularly when you have 2 tanks at the front like you do in this example, it definitely helps make sure that you are going to explode in the middle of that center. So as you can see here, they are able to pass through, and then when they go kaboom, they actually manage to take out the back line, which means it's pretty much straightforward from here. I am just going to wait for 10 cost cost, and then I can fly straight over. It really doesn't get much more simple than that. I do not have to worry about taking out the tanks, and it's a pretty easy win. So I'm just going to let them come through now, and yeah, as you can see, it's pretty straightforward, and that is why I like to use the bomb strategy, as it helps me beat teams that, you know, I'm out BP'd by. As for affiliation order, we are obviously going to have our bombs at our number 1, and then I recommend spiders at number 2 because we want them to survive. If you know that they're going to survive, you can make your damage dealers a bit higher, but don't make your spiders the weakest unit unless you are 100% on the timings, because you really don't want to lose, basically. Now, we are going to move on to the timings for level 5 bombs because, as I said at the beginning, at level 5 they get a 20% speed boost, and so the placement when you put them down is a little bit different. So let's just get straight into that. We are still going to wait for 9 cost, so we are going to just do the same here. Click the front unit just before 9, and this time we're going to place them on the back. And what we're going to do is count 3 steps, or until there is like a little line in the sand, but that's 1 with the front leg. And now we are going to wait for number 2, and then we are going to wait for number 3, which, as you can see, it's right near that line in the sand. And then we place the spiders on the back tile. Again, this change allows exactly what we want, which is that the spiders are going to just overtake the bombs before they hit the ground units, allowing the bombs to pass through and explode and take everything out, which, yeah, is really great. And again, this works the same if you are using 2 bombs, which here, again, drop the 2 bombs at the back, wait for them to count 3 steps, that's 1, and now we're going to go for 2, and then finally a 3rd just about to come up, before we place the spiders on the back. Actually, that might have been a bit early, so we'll see. Hopefully this still works, because as I said, half a step here or there doesn't sound like it can make a difference, but it really can, especially when you're going against much more powerful teams. But luckily we were absolutely fine. We still took out the healer and were able to beat it. And as I said, also, it's not just nightmare teams. Any formation that clusters around the portal, this strategy or a similar strategy can be used. So for example, here is mainly an arbiter team, and I'm going to use the 1 bomb and then the 2 spiders to try and take out the Pope, also known as Praetus. Actually, it's the other way around, but you know what I mean. Ultimately, because there is an element of RNG and bombs really do need a lot of precision, you are going to have to practice if you want to successfully bomb. So don't get too frustrated, just put in the time and I am sure you will be able to crack it. There are also many different strategies, more than what I've already shown, in which that you can use the bombs a bit later on or use different units before, but some of those are trade secrets, so you will have to figure them out for yourselves. I just want to finish up by saying thank you to my guildmates, especially Jopso, Alexandros and Airmax, for teaching and helping me with bombing when I was first getting started. I hope that this video has helped you, and I also want to thank you for sticking around to the end. So yeah, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care and bye for now.